Hi, I just wanted to take a couple minutes to go over your graphing report and give you an idea of what it should look like at the end, or when you are finished with your rough draft at least. Remember that you're going to start with a title page. So your first page will have the name of your project, your name, your school, the date. You can put your instructor's name on there if you would like to as well. So the first page is just your title page. Notice that you'll have page numbers at the top. Number 3 is not correct. So you actually don't want to put page numbers on your title page necessarily, but that's something that you're going to include in your header, our page numbers. On the second page, that's when you're going to start your first task. You're going to label it at the top. Because it's your first important task, I would suggest maybe highlighting it with a little title there. Include your table with your data and your Excel chart, and make sure that it's correctly formatted with legends and appropriate titles. I'll show you in a minute just how you can hop in and do that. After you have inserted your table and your chart fully formatted, you can answer the question for task number 1 in a complete sentence, and be sure if there's any math involved that you show your work, if there was any computations to help enhance your decision making or your final answer. Include that also under your chart there when you're answering the question. The third page should be your second task, and with a title at the top. Include a data set from your Excel spreadsheet and your pie chart as well. So that all of that should be showing. Make sure that your pie chart is formatted correctly, so check out the rubric quickly so that you can see immediately what the expectations are. Then you answer the questions from task number 2 in a complete sentence underneath your pie chart. Task number 3, you're going to title again. This will be your fourth page for your project. Be sure that you also include your table there, create your line graph, and answer your question for task number 3 in complete sentences underneath your chart. Sometimes it's a little bit nerve-wracking knowing how to completely format everything, but just quickly I wanted to show you how you can format your charts in Excel. Here's just a quick example. I just made something silly up here, but what we're going to do is we're going to insert, and we're going to insert a line chart here. I'm just going to do a scatter with a smooth line, and that will get my nice line chart there. But notice that my axes aren't labeled. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to add a chart element, and maybe I want to label my axes differently, and I want a title there. So I'm going to click that, and I can now change my axes to time along my x-axis if I wanted to. If I want to add a vertical title to my vertical axis, I can go back to my add elements, and I'm going to add a primary vertical axis title. Depending on your version of Excel, the procedure is a little different, but for my computer, if you have one that works like mine, you'll look for add chart element, but there are other ways of getting the formatting for your various graphs. So back to our project, there should be 4 total pages to your project. And then at the very, very bottom of the project, you're going to have a summary and a reflection page with about 200 to 300 words addressing what you've learned, how these skills and capabilities can be used in your workplace, and just explain a specific example where reading or analyzing or creating a table or graph could be used in your field. Remember, this is going to be one document that you're turning in, not a bunch of documents. It's just one single Word document. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and ask. We're happy to help you.